Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless Lights coming at you today with a pre-production sample of the Wuben X4. Now Wuben is a company who's definitely had some really cool, very interesting products, and most recently they've been kind of mixing things up with their interface, dials, the ability to switch on different parts of the light, red, green, blue, all sorts of RGB lights, high, low, multi-beam patterns. And this X4, I think, is definitely going to be very cool. And so as we start to take a look at this, again, this is a pre-production sample. So sometimes reviewers get their hands on certain products ahead of the rest of the market for some general feedback to create some content. And in this particular case, again, I can't say for sure if everything you see here is going to be the exact final version that everybody gets. And I can say without a doubt that this is definitely not going to be the box. I literally just got the flashlight and a charging cable. So a Type A to Type C USB charging cable. So I don't even have the user's manual with this today. However, what I can tell you is, well, I have some familiarity with Wuben products at this point, and this is going to be a fun light for a couple of reasons. First off, your main head, you can see here right away, multiple LEDs, different output, different programming that you're going to be able to get into, and then also LEDs on the side of the body. So again, multiple different ways this will be very useful. Magnetic tail cap and a fantastic clip. The Wuben clips have been very good recently. Now, the one thing that I can say that I'm not a huge fan of, but it's fine, and it is what it is. I don't necessarily like a bezel up design. You'll notice the way this is with that clip. This does end up bezel up. I do prefer bezel down designs in general. So it'd be really cool if this was reversible, but unfortunately it is not. Now you can see the battery compartment is locked. So here on the side, the ability to lock or unlock. With it unlocked, pressing on the side here, you can see that pops open, revealing the Wuben 18650 battery, 3400 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts, translating to 12.58 watt hours of power, which is pretty nice for those who like a replaceable battery. So, obviously at this point, it's not integral to the flashlight itself. It's a removable and replaceable battery. So for people that like that as a feature, they are definitely getting what they want. Now on the side switch, going from the locked out mode, flipping it forward once, and activating the light, leveraging that side switch. Single press here, you can see that does turn on the side LED. And this does have the ability to change the intensity, leveraging this switch. So this switch here, allowing this to go from the lowest mode, that lowest mode being 1 lumen. That should run for around 720 hours. Rotating here all the way up to 100 lumens. That should run for around 8 hours. Now when this is in the side light mode, so the alternate light, after you turn the light on with a single press, you can long press, and that will go to the specialty RGB mode, and you can now dial between the colors. So fully customizable in terms of that color output. And you can see green, blue, purple, and it kind of fades between them. It's really nice. So simple, yet effective. Single press off. And when you turn it on, it remembers that mode. Long press now going back, and you can dial that up and down to your soft and bright light. So very nice. Simple overall, but again, very effective. Taking the side switch now and moving that forward an additional position. Now here, as I get on the button, that is your main LED. A long press on the side switch doesn't seem to be doing anything. However, keep in mind the fact that you have this dial. So as we get on the dial here, you can see it is changing the intensity to full bright and then flashes and then all the way down and it flashes. So that's going to be your main beam. Now in terms of the overall beam intensity, maximum output of 1500 lumens, 205 meters of throw translating to 10,506 candela. And then as we rotate back to the lowest mode, you can see here going all the way down, and that is simply going to be 5 lumens. Very simple, basic output, 5 lumens, and that's nice. Now 5 lumens, which they're calling the moonlight mode, should last somewhere around 285 hours, while the 1500 turbo mode should last somewhere around 3 hours. One last flip of the side switch, and that exposes your USB Type-C charging port. So very simple from lockout to that side LED, main LED, and your charging mode. Now, you need to pay attention to the fact that this also has a tail switch. And when the light is locked out, it is fully locked out. So even pressing that tail switch does nothing. However, when you put this one mode forward, again, keep in mind the fact that that is for the side LED. But when you press the momentary button here, clicking that down, well, that will run your main light. So not only can you use the side switch and turn on your alternate light, but you still get the benefit of a long press here, quick double press, and you'll see that will go to strobe. So a quick double press does lock in that strobe, or holding the button down, again, that will go to your turbo mode. So a very effective operation on that tail switch. Now, as if this wasn't jam-packed enough and just full of features, when the light is basically in any of the other modes, so not locked out, here locked out, no buttons will do anything. Literally, none of the buttons will do anything. But in any of the other modes, you can hold down on that side switch, long press, and you'll see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That light flashing 8 times. So again, long press, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be about 80% battery if I am interpreting this correctly. Outside now for some beam shots on the side switch. Single press. And you can see I have this coming on in the low mode, barely illuminating on the far right. And then on the house to the left, barely able to see it. However, I'm going to take that side switch and rock it, and I can fine tune the exact amount of light that I want for my given needs. And this is awesome because now, and you'll see when it flashes, I get the value of the full range of that beam just at my fingertips. And whether I'm walking around or I want a little bit more light off into the distance, that is very, very simple. Again, single press turns the light off, single press back on. Quick double press brings it up to the high mode. So let's just say I rock the light all the way down. Quick double press, and that brings it all the way back up. You can see right away it flashes. That's because it's at the top of the range. Again, single press off. Now I'm going to flip that mode button and single press here. Now this is putting floodlight out in front of me. It is more than enough light to navigate around. It would actually illuminate a campsite really nicely. And you can see again, rotating that dial all the way up. Now this is the highest mode. You can see a good amount of light in the foreground, and I can rock this all the way down and dim it way, way down. So it's real soft on the eyes. And then I can, again, rotate this back up. And enough light to navigate around or have some light around a campsite. So very effective. Now again, those specialty modes, I can switch between them easily. Long press, and that gives me access right into those specialty modes. Again, rotating the dial, and that's going to change colors. It's definitely really neat and very unique. And just last but not least, leveraging the tail switch, you can see doing a nice job to just come in right on that turbo mode, light everything up, a good amount of light, very even beam, and just beautiful color temperature, beautiful beam quality. The X4, super nice and very effective. And so there's no doubt that Wuben has been doing an amazing job with their lights. This X4 is no exception. Very nice, pocketable, fits in the hand well, maybe a little chunky for some people, but I kind of like that about these. Wuben's been making kind of chunky lights anyway, so it's neat, it's stylish, it's well made, it's well machined, excellent components, nice beam quality. The only thing that I will complain about, and it's really the only thing, is it doesn't have a reversible clip. I like a bezel down carry. This is bezel up. Not a huge deal. I also love the fact that they've now introduced that pressure switch, and it's very effective. Gets you into that main beam, gets you into the ability to leverage the strobe. So that's really cool. And then the side light, that alternate light between having that nice soft glow and flood, having the ability to change the color temperature, having the ability to use the alternate LEDs. It's just really neat. So Wuben pushing the boundaries, finding ways to innovate and create neat and unique flashlights. I love that. And in a market where, and I'm not going to say things aren't changing. Things are definitely changing. There's a lot of innovation, but at the same time, a lot of things are also kind of the same. I am thrilled to see somebody thinking outside of the box, and that is absolutely Wuben. So again, to the people at Wuben, thank you so much for providing this for review. For the rest of you, look in the description box below where you can find all of the relevant links for your own X4 or other great Wuben products. Check out my Outer Limitless family of channels. Thank you for stopping by Outer Limitless Lights. Take care now. I'll see you soon.